check this out. So I have developed the next tier of my kibble farm. I got a ton more raptors in between the episodes, and this is now going to be kibble tier 2. So we started this in my kibble farm, the other episode where we have kibble tier 1 with my dodos, and now I have kibble tier 2 with a whole bunch of raptors, and then this platform over here is going to be kibble tier 3. I have a hard time saying this. Kibble tier 3, and then I think there's 5 or 6 tiers. I'm not sure, but we'll continue out this kibble farm as we expand, and I went back over to the Raptor Islands. I got all these raptors. Some of them were actually pretty good, and I've switched out some of these are my top 3 raptors that I go run around on, and I've actually switched out 2 of them. So this is now Frodo 2 and Legolas 2. They're 2 females I switched out. I still haven't gotten a better male than Aragorn, so Aragorn is still the same. But yeah, I'm actually very excited because these actually have some pretty good stats on them. So I might do some breeding and stuff later to get ultimate raptors. But for right now, their kibble is more valuable to me. So I'm not doing any breeding yet with these guys. We're just making kibble and having them lay eggs. And yeah, it's kind of cool. So as this kibble farm expands, kibble will be a readily available resource for me. And like I mentioned earlier, the meta now is to get the bio grinder and then just do all your kibble that way. But I've actually been thinking about it. Since I've been doing official rates, the bio grinder actually isn't as overpowered as you would think because it takes so long to breed. You have to breed dinosaurs to put them in the bio grinder. So, by the time you breed it, it makes more sense just to have a regularly going kibble farm anyway. So, and I'm not a high enough level for the bio grinder anyway. I'm not even level 60, I don't think. What level am I? Level 61. Okay. Yeah, I still have a ways to go. And also, by the way, check out my new armor. Isn't this cool? I love it. This is flak. The downside of flak is it's super heavy. So it really limits what I can carry when I'm wearing this, but it is very, very strong, which I love. The plan for today is to do a little bit more exploring. I want to see if I can go to the green obelisk, which is out there in the distance, that big giant pillar. Now it doesn't look that far away, but looks can be very deceiving in Ark. So I have really no idea where it is. If I look on the map, okay, this was my original spawn. I think it's right here. You can barely see something. This is all that I've uncovered so far of the map. Not a whole lot, but yeah, I think it's like somewhere like over here, which doesn't look that far away. I mean, this is the distance from my base island to the mainland, and it's kind of like the same distance from here to the obelisk, I think. But there's also some other stuff here I'd like to check out. I've never been to this like lake region here. And there's like some streams down here. I'd like to see if I could find some beaver dams. Would be really, really cool. Also, this area looks like it's going to be very dangerous. Like this looks like T-Rex type area. So I don't know what we'll find. I actually really like this early game in Ark. Like the early game when you're really not that strong and like you can't take on T-Rexes and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes it really intense when you go exploring because half of the things you have to run away from or they will eat you. So it just makes it a lot of fun. I love the early game grind here. So we're going to go ahead and take our raptors and go exploring. All right, I just landed here on the beach and we are looking to head towards the green obelisk, which is over there. But before I head out, I did want to do something while we're here on the beach anyway, and that is, as I've just done some farming, I've gathered what's called rare flowers. So I have a bunch of these rare flowers. This is what you use to tame lystros, which is the small animals that you'll see walking up and down the beach. And I would really like to get one of those because it helps level up your dinosaurs. So I'm just going to walk up and down the beach here and see if we can find one that is a decent level. All right, so I did find a lystro down the beach. Here he is right here. Nice bright orange color. He's a level 90, so not the highest level, but pretty good. Pretty good. So we're going to walk up to him. I got my rare flowers in my offhand. And, oh, he's a little bit spooked because I just killed some of the other lower level ones. So I think we're going to have to wait until he chills out. And then we'll try and feed him. Looks like he's relaxed now. So let's try and feed him. Yes, 31%. Holy cow, those rare flowers work really well. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Yikes. Hopefully that didn't screw anything up. No, I think he's all right. Got him. Nice. Oh my goodness, I got my little pet here. All right, so when I pet him, he does a little dance. All right, so now we're going to start our journey, but I think I'm going to go in a roundabout way because I want to explore. I want to see if I can find this lake. I think it's in the same direction. We're going to try and find the lake first, and that should be halfway there. So let's just start heading upwards into these mountains here. It's kind of hard to see because of all the rain and the fog, but that is the ocean down there. And above the ocean and the beach, there's kind of this open plain area with lots of grass. And then upwards up the mountain, you start to get into these trees here. It's a little bit more forested area up here. So that's where we're headed now. I really haven't been up here yet. I know there's raptor packs and stuff up here, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Ooh, an Equus. Level 25. Not great. Oh, there's a little stream. Oh, there's a waterfall. So where are we? Okay, we're right here. Let's hop down. Let me just take a look and see what's at the bottom of this waterfall. Yikes! I don't want to fall down there. All right, well maybe there's some beaver dams along here. That would be nice. Raptors! Wow, those were pretty strong, but not as strong as my guys. Oh, there's another one! Wow, max level raptor. We should have tamed some of those, but it was just too crazy. Guys, I see something in the distance. Just through the trees here. It's a Karch! Oh, it's only level 20, but it's still so scary. What? It's just hiding in the forest? Oh my goodness, that is freaky. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to go near that. They are super fast. Okay, I might have to figure out a way to go around. We're so close. We're so close. Yikes. All right, let me figure something else out here. Well, we found the lake. This nice, cool little lake in this clearing here. Looks like there might be fish in there. Not quite too sure. The obelisk is right there, although I'm not sure how to get up to there because there's like a big cliff thing right here. So I haven't quite figured this all out yet. Let me just poke my head into this lake and see if there's like, oh, it's so hard to see. I can't see anything. I might have to come back. Well, I mean, the sun is setting, so I might have to come back during the day. But it does look like there's fish and stuff in here. Let me just look. Yeah, that's a nice big fish there. So it would be nice to have a good source of fish, and that's what this lake looks like. I haven't seen anything dangerous in here. So this would be a good place to come to get some fish. I think I found a pathway up. It was hard to find. It's just a small little pathway up through the cliffs. And yeah, we're way far above the ocean out there. And it opens up into this plains area. And I think we're getting close. This is very cool looking. What is that? Oh, that looks like a Cerrado. I can't really see. Yeah, it's a Ceratosaurus and a Gigaraptor. Okay, let's steer clear of those guys. They're both really fast. I think this is it. I think we've made it. These things are so cool looking. Okay, so we can access any of the bosses through this terminal. We need all the artifacts. To do the higher level bosses, you need the artifacts plus all of these other items. And here we can also craft the cryofridge and the cryopods, which I don't have the materials for yet, but that will be super useful when I get there. All right, so this isn't too difficult to get to now that I know where it is. It is a little bit, I mean, there isn't like a straightforward, easy path from the beach to this, which is really interesting game design. I mean, I love exploring all this area over here. It's funny, I watch a lot of Ark playthroughs, and no one does their Ark playthrough on this side of the map. It's crazy. Everyone always does their playthrough in the canyons or the highlands or Pirates Bay. But this area of the map is so cool. It's been so much fun to just explore and walk around. I love it. Holy cow. I was just wandering around doing some exploring, and I went down this little crevice here, and I came out into this bay. There's dragons. There's just random dragons flying around. I didn't think this is where the Wyvern Trench was. I thought the wyverns were only in the volcanic area, but there's like a ton of them here. I don't know what this is. This is where I'm at on the map. And, I mean, it's a cool looking place, but holy cow, I was not expecting this. I need to get out of here. So I'm over here by the dragon area because I'm looking for beavers still. I'd really like to find some beaver dams. I don't know where they are on this map. And I thought they would be somewhere around here. This is same area right over here, but I wanted to see the entrance of this river. I thought maybe the beavers would be on this river. This is a really good view from up here, but I haven't seen any. I thought maybe in this like little lake area over here, but there's nothing. So they could have just not spawned in yet, or maybe this just isn't the right area. But I'm going to keep looking. Well, on my adventures, I found this really cool looking lake here. And this is where it is on the map. Just in the middle of this valley here. And I saw an otter swimming around in the water. And an otter would be really, really... Oh, there he is right there. You just saw him breach the top of the water. So what you do is you kill fish and you drag it to the otter to tame it. I think I'm going to try that. It's a level 100 otter, which is a pretty decent level. And it's just another shoulder pet with some pretty cool characteristics. So I'm going to try and just take some time and see if I can tame one up. Hey, got the first feed in. Okay, so I just have to do that a whole bunch more times. Let me see if I can get some other fish from around here. Yikes, all these salmon are attacking me. This is horrible. I might die. Oh my goodness, that's so scary. Hey, I got it. I got it. After a lot of feeds, we have a level 135 otter. Nice. Oh, look at it. It's around my neck. This is great. I gotta get out of here before I drown. Yeah, these guys are great because they're the one shoulder pet that can hold artifacts, and they provide insulation. So they'll help you survive in the cold, in like the snow area. I wonder if they'll also help you survive in the desert. I have to test that. Again, this is the location on the map. This was a really good spot also to get silica pearls. I've gotten a ton of silica pearls just at the bottom of this lake. And it was a really easy place to tame the otter because normally you tame them in otters are in rivers, and there's usually nasty things like baryonyx and just deadly dinos running around. I didn't find any deadly dinos in this lake. So it was just really kind of calm and peaceful, killing fish and bringing it over to the otter. We're on our way back after our adventure. So we're heading to our island. I need to do some more preparations before I can make my level 2 tier kibble. And we need that for our next round of taming for some of the higher level dinosaurs. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to head back to the island, do some more preparation. And I got all of my dinos with me. We got the new otter. We got the Lystro on the raft. We got all my raptors. So we are safe and sound on our way back. All right, we're back over here at my farm and my kibble farm, and I want to expand this a little bit. So these are some berries we have for our level 1 tier kibble, and we're going to need a couple of other things. So specifically rock carrots. Now I know we can go get rock carrots at the highlands, but that's really far away. So I'm just gonna grow them. So we're just going to expand this out, and then I have a medium crop plot. Yeah, like that. All right, now this should be able to grow rock carrots. Does this have water? No, it doesn't have irrigation. So we'll have to build another one of these over here. Oh, it is irrigated. I guess that does reach over here. Wow. Well, that's cool. Let's go ahead and till the ground here. All right, so what do we need? We need a seed. Okay. Is that everything? Yes, it's growing. Okay, so we have carrots growing, And who knows how long this is going to take. But hopefully those will grow up and then we can start making our kibble from that. I believe we have everything else we need. Something I also am always running into is I don't have enough fertilizer. So let's get some more of these fertilizer bins placed down. Nice. So our garden area here is growing. I think something else that would be really helpful is I have all of these dinosaurs here who are constantly pooping. And if I had a dung beetle, the dung beetle would automatically pick all this up for me, and then I could just use it in all of these farm plots. I feel that would be super handy. So I know that there's dung beetles over in the desert area. Let's head back over there and see if we can get one really quick. And I say really quick, but these things always seem to take like forever. But in order to do that, we're going to need to bring a lot of poop with us because that's how you tame it, is with a lot of poop. So let me see, how many berries do I have? This is a good amount. All right, I'm going to force feed these. He's going to poop a bunch. And we're going to take all of that and go find ourselves a dung beetle. Okay, how much is that? That's a good amount. That should be enough to tame a dung beetle. Before I left, I thought I would just check Dodo Dex just to make sure it was going to be enough to tame the dung beetle. That's not enough poop to tame the dung beetle. I need even more. So I got some more berries. We're going to get even more poop before we go. Good thing that I double checked that. Could you imagine getting all the way over to the desert and then not having enough? That would be crazy. And you want a little bit extra because, you know, it spoils. So if something spoils along the way, you need to have a little bit extra. So we are on our way to the desert, and you'll notice my raft looks pretty full. I'm bringing my parasaur with me, and I'll explain why in a second. But I just wanted to tell you guys, let me show you. So this guy on my shoulder, my new otter, he's so cool. I just think he's awesome. I've been doing a little bit of research, and this guy's going to help me in the desert because how he works is he provides extra insulation. So normally it helps when you go in the snowy area, it makes you warmer, but it also works in the desert and it scales with the melee of the otter. So the higher the level of the otter, the more melee he has, the better insulation you're going to get. So I'm wearing my desert cloth armor. I have the otter. So hopefully we won't get heat stroke when we go to the desert this time like we did the last time. So I'm hoping that's going to help us a lot as we try to get our dung beetle from the desert. You know, it's funny because I've played this game for a long time. This game just had its 10-year anniversary. And I don't know, I haven't played it quite for 10 years, but maybe for like 8 years I've played it. I mean, I've played it for a long time. And this game is so complicated and so complex that I feel like all these years later, I'm just starting to understand how it works. Like, it's crazy. It's definitely one of those games that the more you play it, the better you get at it, the better you understand it. And like things like this thing about the otter, I don't know how I didn't know that before, but I just learned it. And it's like I'm constantly learning new things about the game, and just the more information you have, the better you can play it. And I'm at this point where I've played it for, 8 years or however long. And I feel just now that I'm starting to understand how the game works. It's crazy. Yeah, I love this game, man. It's so much fun. Okay, we just landed, and this is amazing. So we're in the desert. It's the daytime, so it's clearly hot, but I'm not hot at all. This is so crazy. So clearly the otter is really working in my favor. Let me get these guys all out of the raft here. The reason I brought this guy was I wanted to bring the cart with us so I could carry stuff. So I brought my preserving bin here. So let me go ahead and set that down just on the back of here. And in it, we're going to put some spark powder to get it working. And then I'm going to grab all of the poop we brought that we're going to feed the dung beetle. And you can see this is already starting to spoil. So this will last 49 minutes. So this should be enough time to tame a dung beetle, but we will see. It's kind of at a weird angle here. All right, but that will just make it last a little bit longer. What is with these pegos? They killed him. All right, now we're set. So we're going to head out into the desert and see if we can find ourselves a dung beetle. And since we're heading out, I see some drops around here. We might as well grab some drops while we're on our way. Oh no, not another pego. Oh, my raptors are taking care of them. Nice. Oh no, the drop disappeared. Shoot. All right, well, we'll forget that then. I do have a little bit of heat stroke, so you can see the little heat symbol at the bottom of my screen. So I will get heat stroke at some point, and I'm just hoping we can get this completed before it gets too bad. There, we got a dung beetle level 90. I think that's going to be good enough. I don't have to have the highest level dung beetle. That's a pretty good level. Let's go for that. Yeah, so I will get heat stroke, but I do have to say the heat level that we're experiencing now is a lot lower than it was before. So hopefully it'll just take longer before we actually get the heat stroke. Okay, let's turn everybody on to passive. Get one of these on my hotbar. Let's see if we can feed this guy. Boom. All right, starting to tame. So I'm hanging out in the desert, and I'm taming up the dung beetle here. He's just walking around, having fun. And I put down this tent here, which you can use in the desert, and this is really cool. You can see I have the little heat monitor at the bottom of my screen. But check this out. This will reduce your heat even more if you go and just hang out in your tent. Isn't that cool? So this is another way where I can avoid getting heat stroke. I just thought that was so cool. Let me go and feed this guy another piece of poop. Yes! We did it! Nice. How fast is this otter? Can he just follow us? Yeah, he's pretty fast. He can just follow us. The only problem is the otter does not have very much health. He has very little health, in fact. So if something attacks him like a snake or something, he will die. So we just gotta be very careful. This is so funny looking. Me carrying my dung beetle. He's a cool color too. I like this guy. Uh-oh, where's the otter? Oh, there he is. Oh, we almost lost you, buddy. Come on. All right, now that we're here, we can just throw him on the raft. And what we'll do, actually, we're just going to leave a couple of guard raptors here. I'm going to leave 2 raptors here on neutral so that if anything attacks, they will act as guard raptors and they'll fight anything off. But this is a relatively safe spot. It looks like only Pegos are spawning here. And I'm going to take my 1 raptor and just go do a little bit more exploring since we're here anyway. Because if you look at my buffs, all this time we've spent in the desert, I have no heat stroke at all, which is amazing. So no heat stroke. I'm going to do a little bit more looking around. And I want to see if I can find the oil. That's what we looked for the last time and we couldn't find like an oil vein. But I have a general idea of where it's supposed to be. So I think we just go look for it. Maybe I can find it. Well, I've been running around and I haven't found any oil veins. So I am at a complete loss to where they are at. One of the hard things between ASC and ASA is the remastered version of the game is they've moved some stuff around and the coordinates are not always the same as where things are supposed to be. So it's even hard to research things, especially things like with like oil veins, because they may not be where the internet says that they are. And that's the case here. It's like I cannot find any oil veins in the desert, but that's okay. That's okay. That's one of the things that makes the game fun is finding things and exploring the world. So we'll find some eventually, but probably not today. I mean, I've been running around here. I do got to say, I just love running through the desert like this. And it's so much fun not to have heat stroke while you're doing this. So I can, just hang out and explore and run around. And I'm loving this. But I think I'm just going to head back now, go back to the raft and head back to base. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh my goodness, that's a death worm. I'm being chased by a death worm. I forgot. I forgot those are in the desert. Run. Run. Oh my goodness, I better not run out of stamina. If you don't know what a death worm was, just trust me, that would have killed me. We are back at my kibble farm. So we just got back from the desert. One of the main goals of this episode was to get tier 2 kibble. So I want to see if we've gotten all the materials necessary to craft that. So let me start by just seeing if these guys are ready to mate again. Let me double check. Enable mating. Enable mating. Ready to mate in 2 hours. This one's ready to mate. Okay. Let's just head over here to the male. And it should start mating. Yep. Starting to mate. Okay, so that'll give me 1 more egg. But we got lots of raptor eggs, which is what you need for tier 2 kibble. So all of these eggs here are raptor eggs. I'll just take 5 to start. And then while we spent all that time in the desert, our carrots started growing. Look at this. So we have a few. I don't know how many we have. Oh, we have 18. So that's a good start. And we have a whole bunch of fertilizer too. Oh, not there. Here. Yes, we have some fertilizer here. And most of my crop plots here have fertilizer already, so I don't really need any more. These all look full. This one needs some more, so we'll put some fertilizer in there. So these will just keep growing over time. Okay, so we have carrots, we have eggs. What else do we need in here? Okay, so we need to fill up the water jars. So let's fill each of these up. Okay, we'll transfer these in here. We'll transfer these in here. And what does it take to make tier 2 kibble? This is tier 2 here. So we need cooked fish meat, mejo berries, carrots, fiber. I'm pretty sure we have all of this stuff. So let me see, what would it take to make 5 of these? We're missing fiber. Okay. Well, let's go grab us some fiber. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I got my sickle right here. Okay, that might be enough right there. We'll light the fire. We'll try to pull 5. Oh, gotta put the fiber in. Okay. Let's craft all 5. Ooh, it's cooking. It's cooking. So there we go. We are having our first tier 2 kibble. And so what you do, you can look this all up online, but there's a list of dinosaurs that you can tame with each level of kibble. And so I think for the next episode, I'll go through that list and figure out what kind of cool dinosaurs we can now tame. And with kibble, you can get like perfect tames, and which means more levels on your dinosaurs after they're tame, which is great. So, but you can see here we got our first one. This spoils in 2 days. So yeah, really, really good to have kibble going. And we have enough, I think we have enough resources to make even more of this. So, because I have raptor eggs in the fridge up here too. Yeah, I got a bunch of raptor eggs in here. Ooh, and we've got all these mejo berries and stuff too. That is great. All right. Well, as that kibble is cooking up, I think that's a good place to end it. This was a very, very successful episode, and we continue to build out our little campground here, and our other island over there, and our whole like little nation state is growing, and I love it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and everybody remember, no matter what is going on in your life, to always do something fun every single day. Until next time, this is Zach, signing off.